Square Enix is bleeding talent. We made a couple videos the last couple days talking about the layoffs. It's getting messy for them, guys. Over the past few days, major layoffs have swept through the company, and social media is exploding. Now, I'm not laughing about people losing their jobs, but this is probably the best thing that could happen for Square Enix in some time because we're literally losing activist employees over there. Former employees are sharing their posts all over social media. I'm going to take a look at this Twitter account called The Reunion that is showing every single person that has been getting laid off. And it all starts with John Heineke, who I made a video about yesterday. He's literally the final boss of woke activists at Square Enix. They have resigned before these layoffs. This isn't just a corporate shakeoff, guys. Like, they're not getting just, oh, let's clean it up. They're literally cleaning house. It's a window into the kind of culture that's been quietly running Square Enix for years. It's exposing how deeply activist this company has become. And again, like I said, this is probably the best thing to happen to Square Enix in quite some time. But before we dive in and talk about this topic any further, why don't you consider hitting that subscription button, right? Hit that sub. We're on the road to 100,000 subs. We're calling out companies like Square Enix, right? So here's the reality. They stumbled. And I think it all begins with this guy. It's how they handled their Western division. John Heineke was the chief publishing officer and head of the Western branch of Square Enix. Over the past few years, they have been chasing Western audiences, and that includes following the trends of social media sensitivity, globally politically correct trends, trying to appeal to everyone, and in doing so, they've lost their focus on their home market, which is Japan first thinking. Square Enix is a Japanese company. You're losing touch with the company. You're forgetting who you are. Instead, you're building games and strategies around what you assumed Western fans wanted, which they really don't. The modern audience that they cater to is a very small percentage of gamers. Now, layoffs are happening, guys, and we're seeing it left and right. Again, John Heineke is a big one. Now, he resigned right before the layoffs hit. I say resigned, but I don't buy it. Okay? It sounds more like a, hey, we'll let you resign, we'll let you quit so it looks better publicly scenario. Lots of companies do that. They won't outright fire certain people so that they're able to go and get back on their feet easier. Somebody like this, the chief publishing officer, he's going to land somewhere else. Now, his social media has been wild. Okay? Somebody commented actually not too long ago on here, and he told them to piss off in response to a message that they said, which we're going to take a look at it right here. So you can see somebody said when AAA starts pushing agendas gamers don't want to see, they pay for it by not buying the game, fired the long-term failing CEO and the staff that embraced woke ideology. And his response was a nice, oh, piss off. This sounds like somebody that's not absolutely unhinged, somebody that is not deranged with their woke ideology, somebody that is super professional, right? Somebody that's the head of the whole Western division. Yeah, no wonder they're failing and bleeding. This guy was literally the bridge between Japan and Western gamers, and instead, he's burning bridges. And he's not alone, guys. Again, this Twitter account's called The Reunion. And they're posting updates about everything, including John Heineke, posting different things from his LinkedIn account, his resume, stuff that he's done. Saying when an executive uses this type of vocabulary on public media sites, it makes me wonder what the workplace environment would be like. So for him to say, oh, piss off, he's wondering what the workplace environment was. Was this guy some kind of dictator-like ruler amongst everybody? If you don't like it, you're fired. If you don't succumb to the woke mind virus, you're fired. And you can see he was a former Blizzard executive. They talk about everything that he's done at his tenure, including recasting Final Fantasy VII Remake. For whatever reason, he wanted to recast it. But also, they're talking about how PR directors have been laid off. One of them being former Blizzard and senior director of PR at Square Enix, Ryan Arbogast, who is with Square Enix for 14 years. We're losing long-tenured people. And again, that leaves me to believe that they're trying to clean house of all the people who've been there, ruining the company. Japan don't fuck around. They're going to go back to Japan only and have AI run things. They would rather have AI run things than a woke mind virus. You can see right here, Hinano Akiyama, Japanese English interpreter and translator for Square Enix Western branch, has been laid off. So they were responsible for translating and interpreting internal and external communications. And there's other people. I mean, for example, one of the main ones, as we'll continue reading this, was the narrative designer from Life is Strange. They're gone. They were involved in an organization called Limit Break Mentorship, which explicitly works to replace cis white men in leadership positions, right? Like, you can't be a straight white guy in a leadership position with underrepresented talent. Diversity is fantastic, but replacing people just for identity without talent, that's where it starts to become a problem. That's where I call it out. It's not because, oh, you're a bigot, oh, you're racist, oh, you're a homophobe, oh, this and that. No, you got to have the right people for the fucking job. Instead, these people are worried about, oh, that's a man, oh, they're straight, oh, they're white. Like, it's so fucking brain rot, retarded. And there's other people in here. So this one was Mizuo Kondo, 14 years, key communicator for marketing company, PR, and more. And it says Life is Strange, Outriders, and Just Cause staff seem to be affected at the UK office. So most of the layoffs at the UK office are linked to Life is Strange, Outriders, and Just Cause. I mean, Life is Strange is like the SJW, the video game. Now, here's an interesting one. Global marketing lead and senior marketing manager Sandra Chow appears to have been affected by the layoffs. She's a member of Women in Gaming. So she's a current ambassador. And you can see it's a company fighting for fair, equal, and safe gaming environment for girls and women. Yeah, on paper, that sounds great, guys. But in practice, the role of HR already exists to handle that. Why do you need separate organizations that are defined by gender labels and stuff? You know what I mean? Like, it's identity politics. It's cringe. But yeah, the role of HR already exists to handle workplace safety and equality. Now, this person is potentially out of a job just because they were an activist. That's what's going on here, guys. Whether they want to admit it or not, the bigger picture is these layoffs are exposing a company culture that for years prioritized activism and optics over craft and business sense. That's why Japan's mad. Okay? Employees who are highly ideological, who saw games as a platform for pushing agendas or personal causes, suddenly are finding themselves laid off. And that's going around the whole industry, whether it's Square, Ubisoft, you name it, EA, fucking even video games journalists, right? Mercante. Many of these people are basically loud online. They build personal brands. They have side projects like Women in Gaming that promote activism. So the squeaky wheel squeaks the loudest a lot of times when it comes to these people. But meanwhile, the few genuinely talented developers, the ones who actually make great games, they're caught in the same wave. Their jobs are at risk as well. Imagine being somebody that just minds your own business, doesn't do any activism. You go to work, you work hard to make good games, and you're getting laid off because the majority of your staff was a whole bunch of wokies, right? That's sad. Now, you might be thinking, why should I care about a company's layoffs? Square Enix is a giant in gaming, guys. Final Fantasy, I think they own the rights to Tomb Raider still. This is going to have a ripple effect, hands down, across the board, just like all the other companies that are laying people off. All the Xbox studios that are laying people off. The missteps affect the games you play, guys. The stories you experience, the kind of content that the industry prioritizes. Western-driven politics and Japanese franchises have already shifted game design. You see a lot of the influence in the storytelling and the marketing, especially with people like John Heineke or Heineck. He was responsible for that, making sure that games that come from Japan become modernized for Western audiences. This is not abstract. It literally directly impacts the games landing on your shelves. and in your libraries. Like, everything gets affected by this. So there's going to be more firings likely. We're getting a lot of these people, and that wasn't even half of the ones that account are showing at this point. Out of 100 people let go, maybe 5 or 10 of them are genuinely talented and passionate, and I hope they land on their feet somewhere. The rest, they're all highly ideological activists. They're more focused on optics than output. They literally don't do their job. And now the reckoning's happening as a result. And you love to see it. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Are these layoffs a wake-up call for Square Enix? Or are they just the beginning of a much bigger shakeup in the gaming industry? I think we need a shakeup. I'll be honest. I think we need a shakeup. If they're thinking the AI is going to replace people, that already means they know they need a shakeup. If you found this video interesting, make sure you hit that like. If you didn't, hit that dislike. Hate watchers are welcome. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that subscription button. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you for watching as always. Peace out.